I found out why my best friend hated my girlfriend. I wish I never looked at her phone. Throwaway, because at least 3 people in this story know my main. I, 31M, have been dating my girlfriend, Nina, 29F, for just over 2 years. She's smart, blunt, and not the type to sugarcoat things. My best friend, Caleb, 32Men, and I have been close since college. Roommates, business partners briefly, and basically brothers. They never got along. It wasn't explosive or obvious at first. Caleb was polite, but distant. Nina noticed immediately. She'd ask why he never really talked to her, why he always seemed tense when she was around. Caleb told me privately that Nina rubbed him the wrong way, said she was controlling, judgmental, that she made him uncomfortable. Nina said Caleb was fake, passive-aggressive, and clearly disliked her, for reasons he wouldn't admit. I figured it was just clashing personalities. Then Nina started pointing things out I couldn't unsee. How Caleb never invited us over anymore. How he'd cancel plans last minute if Nina was coming. How he'd text me constantly, but never reply in group chats if Nina was included. I confronted him once. He brushed it off and said, "I just don't think she likes me, man." That should have been the end of it. But last month, things escalated. We were at a mutual friend's birthday dinner. Nina and I arrived late. When we sat down, the table went quiet for half a second too long. Caleb wouldn't look at her. Later that night, after a few drinks, Nina pulled me aside and said, "He told people something about me." I asked what. She said she didn't know exactly, but multiple people were suddenly acting weird around her, distant, awkward, like they'd already made up their minds about her. I confronted Caleb the next day. He denied it immediately, said Nina was paranoid and trying to isolate me from my friends. He said, "I've been nothing but respectful to her." That night Nina cried. She told me she felt like she was slowly being pushed out of my life, painted as the problem, and that no matter what she did, Caleb always came out looking like the good guy. I believed her, but I still didn't know why. Then came the phone. Nina left it on the kitchen counter when she went to shower. A notification popped up. A name I didn't recognize. Caleb, archived chat. My stomach dropped. I didn't want to look. I swear I didn't. But the word archived stuck in my head. Why would she have my best friend archived? I opened it. The first message was 2 years old, before Nina and I officially started dating. Caleb, "I shouldn't have done that." Nina, "Neither should I. We need to pretend it didn't happen." My hands were shaking so badly, I almost dropped the phone. I scrolled. There weren't many messages. That was the worst part. Just short, tense exchanges, spread over months. Nothing explicit, no flirting, no plans. Just, wait. Caleb, "He doesn't know, right?" Nina, "No, and he never can." Caleb, "You choosing him really messed me up." Nina, "I didn't choose anyone. I just moved on." I felt like I was going to throw up. When Nina came out of the shower, I was sitting on the couch, holding her phone. She knew instantly. She didn't get defensive. She didn't yell. She sat down and said, "I was hoping this would never come out." Here's what happened. Right before Nina and I met, she and Caleb hooked up once. Once. They were both single. Drunk. It wasn't planned. It wasn't romantic. She said it was awkward, brief, and immediately regretted. A week later, I met Nina. Caleb never told me. When he realized Nina and I were getting serious, he panicked. He told her they should forget it ever happened. She agreed. Then he watched me fall in love with her, and apparently that broke something in him. According to Nina, once I committed to her, Caleb started acting strange, asking personal questions, making comments about our relationship, testing boundaries. She shut it down every time. She said he became cold after that. Bitter. Judgmental. Like she'd stolen something from him. I asked why she never told me. She said she was afraid I'd hate her. Or worse, hate him and lose my best friend. She said she figured it was a meaningless mistake that didn't need to destroy lives. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I confronted Caleb. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I just asked, "Why didn't you tell me?" He went quiet. Then he got angry. He said Nina manipulated me, that she used him, that she always knew she was going to choose me and strung him along. I asked him why he spent the last 2 years subtly turning people against her. He didn't deny it. He said, "I was protecting you." That was the moment I realized something darker was going on. He wasn't protecting me. He was punishing her for choosing me. He admitted he told people she was toxic, that she was controlling, that she was not who she pretends to be. All without specifics, just enough to poison the well. I asked him if he ever planned to tell me the truth. He said, eventually. I asked when. He didn't answer. I cut him off that day. Blocked his number. Told mutual friends exactly why. Some believed me, some didn't. A few said I was overreacting because nothing technically happened. But here's the part that really sealed it for me. 2 weeks later, a friend sent me screenshots. Caleb had been telling people that Nina stole me from him, that he was still grieving, that I'd choose her over everyone eventually. And maybe the worst part? He wasn't entirely wrong about that last one. Because Nina told me the truth when she didn't have to, and Caleb watched me build a life with her while quietly trying to sabotage it. So read it. I lost my best friend. I nearly lost my girlfriend. And I found out betrayal doesn't always look like cheating. Sometimes it looks like someone smiling to your face while rewriting the story behind your back.